welcome to my channel. My name is Momo, and in today's video I will be continuing to work on my color keys for the visual novel main character, which I have been working on since the last video. So you've all seen the image, which is this one. I have made this digitally. This is the design of the MC, and I'm working on creating color keys to choose which ones are the best and which ones I will be using for the continuation of this story. So let me grab the one of last week and we will see which ones we've chosen for this week. So last week we did 9 different ones, these 9. As you can see, they're really brightly colored, different types, and I had run a few tests in which I have decided to poll all my playtesters, so the ones that play my game, give me feedback on it, and I also asked them to give me feedback on my designs. And we have chosen 4. There are 4 ones who had the most votes, and my purpose of today's video is to create them all 4 in a different sheet of 4x4, like there are 4 on the page then, so I can then show them to my playtesters again, maybe some different ones, maybe you guys can help me a little bit, and then we will choose the one we're gonna work out in Artex acrylic markers, and then I will be working on the big main piece for the poster, which will be done in Copic markers. You can see them right there, my Copics and my acrylics. In the end, we have come to terms with 4 different colors. The 4 different colors are the purple one, the black and gray one with purple accent, but let me go closer to you. So the purple one, black and gray, the pink one, and the white one, this one. So these are the 4 that I will be working on today. But before we do, hit that subscribe button. It's down there somewhere, somewhere. And then you can see all my videos. You don't have to hit notifications, that's fine. Just subscribe. Let's head into the video. So here we are with my papers. And as I said in the beginning of this video with my face, these are the ones we chosen today. We have chosen purple, black purple, pink, and white. These are based on feedback of my players, as I said before, and you will be able to choose the next one in the comments of this video. For this video, I will be using Artex acrylic markers. This is not sponsored, but I want to use Copic markers in my final piece, as I said before, but because Copics are very expensive and I do not want to start over again with expensive paper and expensive markers, I will be testing these out with my acrylic markers. And not to say that Artex acrylic markers aren't expensive, but compared to Copics, they're quite reasonable. Also, another reason I am choosing acrylic markers over alcohol markers, colored pencils, or any other medium is because they let me commit quickly. I do not have the time to ruminate about the color choices or how to detail the coloring, how to do the rendering, because I have to make these quickly, half an hour a piece. Because I want to make more in the same time span as I would a full completed image. If I were to do a full completed image every time I do a color key, that doesn't really make them color keys now, do they? In this way, I can accept my imperfections and try to make them better. I can focus on the relationship of the colors, and I can make sure I have enough contrast between the 4 images to create a choice for people. So I'm not going to be going into the rendering or shading of these pieces, but I will be going over them once we are working on the Copic version. So I am looking for a coherent color palette. As I said before, I based this on my user feedback of my playtesters and people online, because I want to know other people's opinions, because of course my opinion matters, but they are the people who are gonna play my game. It has to communicate my character design a little bit, it has to fit into the world, and also I have to be consistent with the story, as this is an alien on a new planet, so she should look a little bit alien-esque, so the colors should represent that. The colors need to be flexible, readable, and emotionally consistent, so I can keep using them throughout the story. Right now I'm working on the purple one. Why? Because people chose the purple one, but no. Purple has a lot of different meanings. It can be mysterious, it can be calm, it can be detached, or it can be regal. Would I use it in a royal setting? But I don't want to use it in a royal setting, and I want to use it in an alien-esque setting, in a sci-fi futuristic world where someone is exploring a new planet. But I can tell already that purple might be a bit over the top. It doesn't really fit in the story right now, and I don't know if that's ever gonna fit. It takes over a lot. There are not really that many contrasting colors right now because everything is purple. I don't think this is the best choice. I think that if I were to choose this one, everything else in the images I have to make following up this drawing will have to support this purple color palette. I think purple is a good color, but I don't think this palette is the best color. I don't know what you think about that, so let me know what you think of the purple color if you've made it so far into the video. Let me know in the comments below what you think of purple, and if purple is your favorite color, let me know what I could do better to create a palette that actually works. For a little bit of explanation of how I'm working on this piece, I am using 3 different colors of purple, a lighter, a darker, and a medium color. And because these are acrylic markers, I do not have to worry about blending because that's not gonna work. So I start with drawing the medium shade, and then I will create shadows and highlights with the darker and lighter shade. For some colors this is a lot harder because I do not have enough markers to do that, so I have to improvise a little bit, which you will see later in the video. But yeah, I think working with acrylic markers is a lot of fun as they give you a lot more flexibility in changing the colors, as even the lighter colors are opaque enough to go over the medium ones. The next color palette we're gonna be working on is the gray one, or the gray and purple one. Some of you might notice purple is my favorite color, except for red. I like red more, but I don't think I'm gonna be going for purple. Anyway, this one was really hard as it is one of my favorites, especially from the 9. And I had a hard time justifying the color palette for the entire story, and especially because I want to follow my tests and follow my playtesters, and I really like it, but they don't. They just did not choose this one. This one has, of these 4, I think, of the 12, of the 9, I mean, it has like not that many votes. It has more than the 5 I did not choose, but it is like one of the lower ones of the 4 that you can see here. So I'm really curious if it changes in this test, this next coming test, if they don't have that many choices. Because I don't know, it might feel a little flat or lifeless if I do not be careful with it. Like, it is really dark, and I don't know if that fits into the story. Yeah, the story might be a bit dark, but I don't know if the character shouldn't be contrasting that. I feel like I tried to at least justify it by putting a lot of focus on the shape language and the silhouette colors. Like if you zoom out, this one is way more interesting than the purple one. And I also tried to be more expressive with using blue grays and like warm grays instead of just only grays, because I am afraid it might blend in like a setting where I have to show a poster, because I want to like grab people's attention by showing them like a lot of colors. The colors grab people's attention, so I really like to use colors to do that. But I don't know if this image is gonna do that, like this color palette. So you'll have to let me know. What do you think of this color palette? Is there anything you'd like to change about it? Is there anything you really like about it? One of my favorite things about this one is later I am gonna add like silver on, I don't know what the English word for that is. Let me just look that up very quickly. The word is pinnacle. Yeah. My English sometimes does not work. Welcome in being bilingual. I don't know if you know this, but this character design is based on Gothic architecture. And I used a lot of things that is in Gothic architecture to create this drawing, to create this character design. So those little spikes you see on the sides, they are pinnacles, which are usually on top of roofs in Gothic architecture. The weird-ass belt-shaped thing on her waist, that is a flying buttress, which will help her create more stabilization and a better use of her strength in a planet with a little bit more gravity than the planet she comes from. What I also really like in this one, if I have to say something positive, as we should always do, is the contrast between the gray-blue, purple, and black. I think that makes it a lot more interesting, and I think if I were to do this again, not on this one particularly, but for example on the purple one, I think adding more dark in contrast with the light will help a lot, because I now think with the like rendering I tried to do or the shading I tried to do, it feels a little contrastless. So after this one, we're going into pink. And the pink has the same problem as the purple one, I think. I think it is pretty expressive. It is very bright. It is very like on the nose, but it still feels soft and approachable. Also a little bit vulnerable. I don't know. Like that's what I assume pink would be. But then again, the same problem with the purple one. There's just too little contrast, and maybe the colors are too saturated for what I'd like it to be. I think that in comparison to the white one we're gonna do after this one and the purple or gray one we did before, this is just too much. I think this will not be a nice poster to look at in these colors. I don't know if that is different if I were to use Copic markers or alcohol markers, because I have a lot less saturated alcohol markers in the color pink. I think pink is one of the colors I'm lacking a lot of in my inventory. Maybe this one is again a little bit too much. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too much. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if you think this one is like perfect. This one also lacks the contrast, which I am like searching for. Okay, so as I said, I still think the pink is a little bit too oversaturated, but I do really like the cohesion this color palette gives me. There's something about this pink color combo that just really works. I would love to know if you also see this or if this is something that only I can see. This is also the time where I start to notice that some of my Artex acrylic markers are drying out, which I found really strange as they are particularly new. They are not like years old by this point. They're about a year, I think, old. And I find that really strange that they just dried up so quickly. And at this point in the video, in like right now, I don't know how to fix that. Because I don't want to just buy a new set of markers. They're not expensive, but they're not cheap. Like, they're 60 euros for a 60 piece set, I think. So that's €1 a piece, which is not expensive, like Copic marker expensive, but it's still not like cheap as I will buy it like for free, basically. Like my twin markers, which are 99 cents for 3, which like 33 cents a piece. But if you have any suggestions on how to fix the dryness of my markers, feel free to let me know. I have searched it up a little bit. There are a few things I might be willing to try, but not at the state of this when I'm recording this voiceover. I have not tried these, so I don't know if they're gonna work. Okay, so the next one I'll be working on is also gonna be the final one. I'm gonna be working on the white one last, as that was the one that was most requested, and so I wanted to take a lot of time into thinking about it and feeling the design and colors. So I think the white one is the most subtle, because there's just a lot less contrast between the colors as it is white. So I do struggle a little bit by make it interesting, because I don't really have a lot of markers that can help me into making the undertones differently or change the shadows, as I have white, I have yellow white, and that's it. I do think I also have a pink white, which I used on the pink one, but that one was way darker than the yellow white or the normal white, so I had to use other colors to create some sort of contrast. One way or another, this really feels like a more quiet design. It doesn't scream as much right into your face, and I really like that. It feels minimal and a little distant, which also helps to increase the user self-insert kind of vibe. I don't know, let me know. Do you feel the same way about this one as I do? Well, I am now looking at all 4 together, and it reveals to me how important color keys are, because I really think people underestimate how strong and how powerful it is to just doodle with colors. Because, to be quite honest, I thought the black and purple one was the most cool when I first designed these. And because that was also the first one I did. And now I'm more leaning towards like different color types, which is quite interesting to see me change my mind so many times. And I think also that this traditional exercise really helped me like limit my color palette choices, because when you use like a digital drawing
program like Photoshop or Procreate or Krita or like any other, you have the possibility of every color in the world. There is literally no such thing as a different color. Everything is possible. And I think you get a little bit of like decision paralysis while doing so. You don't know what to choose, you don't know how to look it up, and then you have to find like external tools like color palette makers and that kind of thing. And what I really liked about this exercise I did is that I just had 60 markers. That was it. I could choose from those 60 markers and try to create cohesive color palettes, and I really enjoyed that. I am more mindful about the colors I choose, and I think it's something every artist should do once in a while. Not every time, it takes a lot of time, but once in a while. Well, yeah, that's it. That's why I'm with these. I don't have a choice myself. I have a favorite. I do think that I'm not gonna tell you which one is my favorite because that makes you biased. But I'm gonna sit with them for like a week and figure it out before the next video where I will be coloring the big one with Artex acrylic markers before doing the Copic marker piece. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Well, let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I have been asking you this quite a while, many times. But please let me know. It makes it quite interesting to see what other people think. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. I will be saying this again in my outro, I think. But yeah, I really enjoyed having you around. I think it's fun to make art with an audience sometimes. And if you like this video, please, you can hit the like button. It's like, I don't know if it works for me, but for some people it lights up when you say it. Hit the like button. And if you'd like to see more of me, subscribe. That one should also light up. Well, I try to post a short every day, or at least every other day, and I try to post a long form video every week, which hasn't been that easy, but I'm working on it.
Hi, there we are again. It's the end of the video. Thank you so much for being here. I am here to show you the final results. Ta-da! So, as I said in the beginning of the video, and as I've probably said a million times in my voiceover, which I still have to record, this is filmed before that, these are the 4 we worked on, and some of my markers died, and I don't know how to fix that yet, so I have to look that up. But I hope you enjoyed watching me color these, and let me know which one you like the best, because that's literally the test to find out which one my followers and my subscribers and my playtesters like the best. My game will not be demoed until June, so I'm sorry for that. But let me close you up to them. So we got the purple one, the gray purple one, which is a little silver accent, which I cannot do in Copic markers, but we can do that in acrylic markers. We got the pink one and the white one. Oh, let me put it in frame. The white one. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please let me know which one you like the best. Hit that little subscribe button if you want to see more of me. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you guys in my next short or in my next video. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye bye bye.